Hey there, folks. Welcome to day 72 of my year of solo gaming. We are in the middle of the Future is Bleak week. Hopefully, by the time this airs, the future is a little less bleak, maybe. I don't know. We're playing Fallout, our second game of Fallout. We've got the setup here for the Fallout 3 version that comes with the game. Now, we do not have the expansions installed, we do not have the expansions included. It's Atomic Bonds or. New California. We are playing the vanilla version solo, which has its drawbacks. It is not. It is a very complex game for a fiddly game without a lot of complexity at the base. As you saw in the previous game, like it doesn't take very much to complete the game. The goal in the solo, in both the solo and the competitive mode, is that you have to get a certain amount of influence to win the game. I'm not counting it as that. I will just simply count it as if I can actually achieve the. I'm going to achieve the quest that I want to achieve, which is probably going to be for the Brotherhood of Steel. We're playing the Capital Wasteland version. This is probably also the scenario with the least morally objectionable shield side. It's the Brotherhood of Steel versus the Enclave, and there's problems with both of them. But I will be fighting on behalf of the Brotherhood of Steel because I think the Enclave version is actually trying to use Project Purity to wipe people out, so that would be bad. The mountains around you shake suddenly, fire and rubble spewing violently into the sky. Eyes wide, you watch as a fleet of vertebrates scramble from their peaks to clear the violent blasts. The straggler of the group begins to emit a trail of smoke as the rest disappear over the eastern horizon, then abruptly drops out of sight with a dull explosion that echoes up from the capital wasteland. Now, you can either look for survivors, or you can find someone who knows what the hell just happened. Now, the way that this is set up is that you have the vertibird wreck over here, so we're going to use this other thing here to indicate that that is the quest marker for it. We've got the rest of the board set up. You've got Megaton here. You've got the mill over here, Project Purity, and then the tower. There's a star at the tower, and then there's a bunch of other things already revealed. Now, the tower normally would be face down in a regular version. It's one of the red tiles. But in this case, we have to have it face up and over here specifically. So that is all set up. We are playing as the Wastelander. Which is just a sort of generic character, doesn't really have much going on, but does have a tire iron. For the tire iron, you can, during a fight, you may exhaust this to card to generate one reroll. Now, obviously, we would like to try to get an S amongst our specials here, so that we can further exhaust the further reroll when we attack. Right now, though, we don't have much in the way of things to worry about. We do have to draw an agenda card. Unlike before, I'm not going to worry too much about drawing an agenda that matches the side that I want to be on. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, we got one anyway. So it's the star one. It's freedom. I'm going to go ahead and show that, and that will be my agenda. And then that way, by revealing it in the regular game, you basically are choosing a side, and that's the side that you are fighting for, and it does not count as an enemy anymore. So if I'm in the same spot as the star, I don't have to worry about not being able to do an encounter or quest or anything like that. So, yay. Now, the first move for this is always pretty much the same thing. It is move one space and reveal. We're going to try to make our way, I think, to Megaton, all the way down here. And as opposed to the wreck over here. Now, this is also this scenario. There's no chance you are not choosing which path to go on. You can go to the wreck, you can go to Megaton, but you're choosing which one you want to do. We're going to go ahead and reveal this, I think. All right, we got the Red Rocket Station that comes up, and we do have to put a raider on here. And we've already got one raider down near the bottom. Go ahead and get another one. Now, this is the Raider Psycho, who will attack if they move into our spot. We get one more move. We'll go ahead and move to the Red Rocket Station, mostly because I'd like to try to do an actual little bit of exploration this time around, as opposed to the usual, I'm just going to go straight to the objective and be done with it. So we have ourselves a completed round. We did one move action, which is 2 steps. Basically, you move 2 spaces, and they do not have to be... They can be broken up by your other action. So, yay. We draw an agenda card. We'll keep those agenda cards right here because that's where I have space for them. And all of the raiders move. Now, the raider here will move on to this empty space here. The unexplored areas, they will be able to move a lot faster. This raider psycho is moving right onto my space. He is going to be trouble. We don't have any real weapons or real armor. We do have a weapon that we can exhaust if we want to reroll. We are trying to get 2 torso or legs. And that is not great, but not... Yeah, it's just not great. We're going to exhaust the tire iron, which means that we can't use its ability until we rest for a bit. We'll keep the torso with the thingy, with the pip. And we get 3, fortunately. All right, that's not great. We hit him 3 times, so that's enough to kill him. We will take 4 damage. You take 1. For each pip you don't have protected, you'll take that amount of damage. Their level is how much damage you'll take. So take 4 overall. It's 2 pips times 2 for the level. But I do get a nice bit of loot out of it. So a nice thing to get from the Psycho. The bigger problem is that now I have to put another one of these raider things face down in that spot. So what do we get? We get a pipe wrench. Oh, we'll just replace our exhausted tire iron with a pipe wrench. All right, we'll sell that pipe wrench when we have an opportunity to. All right, so the Raider Psycho goes bye-bye. We'll go ahead and draw another Raider to go down here. They go face down. If they get activated again, they will get activated. So now we will encounter, we'll do a little bit of an encounter. Go ahead and shuffle these up here, just to make sure that these are all shaved. Shuffled, I mean, not shaved. Okay. You approach a section of the structure that doesn't show much looter activity. You wonder why it's been avoided until you hear the scuttling. All right, so rush in and kill the critters. Now you can, you step into the den and get ready to clear out the creatures for the good of everyone. Send them after someone else, or like an adjacent survivor. Grab something and run. So this would allow me to grab something and move one space, which is not the worst idea in the world. So if I fight the creature... Oh, and I forgot to get my XP. I forgot to get my XP for that. So I can fight a bug, which is what it's saying. I will then get 2 loot, and then there'll be an additional card that gets added, and I'll become idolized. And then we trash this so that we can't encounter it again. Or we can get 1 loot and we can move 1 space, which would be a plus, because then we could also explore on that next turn and reveal this space here, which would be a plus. Because as it is right now, I'm not sure what our second turn is going to be. I think we're going to go ahead and draw and fight a bug. All right, we get a Stingwing. It's going to have no loot. We have to get a head and torso. We have to get 2 dice on this. So we got a head and torso. We got it. We got what we needed. However, we have to discard this pipe wrench. If we spend a pip with a head result, which we have to for this, we have to discard the card. So we have already lost our first piece of loot. It's lovely. But we do get 2 more XP, which means we're going to go up 1 to bring ourselves back to the starting position. That means that we'll draw 2 letters. We'll take one of these as... Yep, we'll take the S. That is a definite. And we still go up 1 more on top of that because we got 2 XP total. So now we are on our way to the next one. And now if we unexhaust that tire and iron, we'll be able to get a reroll. Let's see, we're going to get 2 loot because the Red Rockets Agent is a level 2 location. So our loots are Raider Armor, which is a huge plus. And water, which allows us to get some HP back at the cost of a radiation. So there's a drawback to that. We're going to add 4, which I believe is this one. Yeah, there we go. It's a new location that goes here. We also are going to become idolized, which is one of the first times, I think, yesterday and today that I get to draw one of these. And these will go here. This basically sits there as a status indicator. You have idolized and vilified. You have super mutant or synth. And you have, what was the other one? I forget what the other one is. Well-rested and not well-rested, I think. Whatever the opposite of well-rested is. So these all get shuffled. Oops. I saw what the top one was going to be. Okay, so these are all shuffled. And we trashed this one, so we can't encounter it again. Now, I think we can encounter the location again if we want. I don't think we're limited to one encounter per... you can encounter each location only once per turn. You cannot perform this action if you're in the same spot as an enemy. So we cannot encounter the location again. Unfortunately, this turn, we can encounter it next turn. So for now, we're just going to camp. We're going to recover some HP, unexhaust our companions, exchange stuff with other survivors. I think overall, when you camp, you can actually... you recover 3 HP and unexhaust all of your exhausted cards. So we're going to gain 3 HP. That'll bring us from 13 back up to 6. We should have been here at 12, sorry, because we lost 4 earlier. We are up to 15 now. We get to unexhaust our tire iron, which is a huge plus. We will get the well-rested trait, which is this lovely little dude here. That'll go there. I don't think we have to worry about the super mutant or the synth trait. And that is the end of our turn. So now we are going to go ahead, and this goes away, and we don't have a space for bugs, I think. So we're not going to have to worry about replacing that somewhere on the page, on the map. However, we have to draw an agenda to see what happens next. The star will go one forward. We'll move that one there. It's equidistant for us. There's no robots on here, so that is going to be the same. We now can do a move, explore, and move action, and I think that's what we'll do. We'll move, explore, if we can get this one out. There's the bug thing. All right, there we go. And we'll move one more. We are going to have a bug. Let's actually see what the bug is before we actually do the move. It is going to be a rad scorpion. We will go ahead and just jump right into that space, because then that way we can fight it. We have to hit arms and legs. Now, we can exhaust the tire iron that we have for one reroll, but now that we have strength, we have the S of special, we get to reroll it anyway. So we can reroll it at least once. It does 4 hits, and it will hit... So the arms will be a definite hit. We're going to reroll the other 2 because we can. In addition, Well Rested will offer us a roll if we decide to give up Well Rested. All right, so that's better. We got rid of the 2-pip one, the 1-2-pip one. We have arms and legs, so we hit it twice. We only needed to hit it once. The Raider armor has a armor class of 1 if you're fighting a weapon with ranged. Unfortunately, that's not the case here, so we will take 2 pips worth of damage. Fortunately, it's a level 1 creature, so we will only take 2 damage. Does not have any loot, unfortunately, and because it was on the map, we have to replace it with a face-down one. And now that's going to look like that, so yay. But that was the agenda card, or that was before the agenda card. That was just simply our movement. So now we draw the agenda card. This time the bugs all get to activate. There's only one bug. This is the mole rat. It will not automatically attack. There's no little lightning bolt on it. We can choose to attack it if we want. And I forgot to get my little XP for attacking that little thing. We're actually not going to attack it. Our turn this time is going to be pretty simple. 1, 2 to Megaton. We're at Megaton, so we can do a quest action. There's nothing else there. And this will advance the Star Track 1 spot. We're going to place a shield on Project Purity. And we're going to stage 2 other cards and get rid of this one. Now, one of the 2 cards should be really familiar. It's 67. That has popped up in the other game. That is there's a vault around. Go find it. And then there's also the quest that this specifically is. And then we are going to trash this card, and we're not going to worry about the quest token anymore for that, unless it tells us to. So we got Vault Rumors. We're just going to keep that there. Shaky lead. The Enclave was long believed to be dead and gone, so the vertibirds soaring over the capital wasteland has set Megaton abuzz. You get a lead, but it's shaky. An intelligent supermutant appeared in the city around the same time. He spoke of a personal quest to ensure the safety and survival of all, then disappeared into the hill. A supermutant, nope, go help any Enclave survivors instead. So you can still go to the wreck and encounter that, or track down and assist the supermutant, stage encounter Vault 84. So we have to find Vault 84 next. That's going to be tricky. So we'll go ahead and put this back on here. That's our little quest marker. So this will be find Vault 84, which will tie in with the Vault Rumors. That is, however, the end of our turn. We did one movement, one quest action. That's both actions we can take. And now the shield will move one, so we'll move on to this space. Plus any super mutants, which we have none of, so good. Security, that's the other term. I think I was trying to remember that yesterday. I couldn't. So now we got to find Vault 84. So we'll go ahead and reveal this one. Since we are right here, we have found Vault 84. Awesome. However, we are going to need 2 movement points to move into that space, which we will not have this turn. We could move one space now so that we're in space in place for that, or we can do an encounter here at the city. And I think we're going to encounter at the city. We're gonna get a little stuff done because I think I can sell that water. Since that water's it's got 5 HP restored. It restores 5 HP, but also gives some damage. Plus, I'd kind of like to get some armor, and I don't think I can get the hazmat suit. That'll give me 1 automatically. Plus, it'll protect against radiation. So let's go ahead and reveal one of these. Okay. The kids are playing a card game called Synth, Net Rumor. That's my favorite game, you told them. I haven't played in years. One of the kids squints up at you and says, oh yeah? How about we play a game for caps? Okay, so you can either tell them you don't remember the rules and go shopping instead, which allows us to do some shopping. The number of items that you can deal with, either buying or selling, is equal to the number of the level of the settlement, so we can do 3 items. Or accept the challenge. IL, we have to get 4. We can't get a reroll out of either of those because we have neither of those letters. So we're not gonna bother. We're going to just simply shop, and this will get shuffled back in, I believe. All right, so we'll shop for 3 items. We'll go ahead and sell the water so that we have something to work with. We'll do the discard down here. So that's 1 item. We will sell the Raider armor, so that's 2. Is that worth... Oh, that was only worth 3. I'm sorry. So we got 6 total for our items. We got 3 for the water, 3 for the Raider suit. And so we'll go ahead and buy this lovely hazmat suit for that amount. So now we have some armor. And basically, not only does that give us exactly one armor, it also gives us a hit during any test that uses the E trait. And anytime I suffer radiation, suffer 1 fewer radiation, so I'll be protected a little bit. And that'll be my turn. I did an encounter, did an explorer, did an encounter. So now we're going to check the agenda. The agenda, a lot of things are going to move. The Deathclaw moves. It's going to move 1 closer because that is the closest way for it to get to us. We're also going to do the same with this and Deathclaw and this shield. And I think that's it. There's no robots out there, so that is that. So now we got to get to Vault 84. The only way that we can really do this on 1 turn is to move once and then move again, and that will chew up all of our movement points. So we're here. We can't really do anything else about it. I think I forgot to draw a bug for that, so that is on me. We haven't had bugs activate since then, so I think we're okay. Rad Scorpion. Oh, you know what? We're gonna go this route then. Let's go this route because that will fight me automatically. It won't count as an action. and I would like to get 1 more XP out of this. So we are looking for, oof, that is nasty. So we can re-roll because we have the S, and that will be enough to kill it anyway. And yeah, there we go. Now we got just 1 pip. It's protected by the hazmat suit, so it does us no damage. We do enough to kill the rad scorpion, so we will get 1 XP. There's no... there is no loot on it, so we will take that, and we'll put a new phase 1 down here, and then move there. All right, so there we go. Our 2 actions. Because the fight was automatic. It just automatically fought us. At least I think that's how it's supposed to work. If it's not, I apologize. So let's see. We're going to activate bugs and raiders. So now the raider, the mole rat will come 1 space forward. It's not affected by the difficult terrain thing. We'll have to kill it if we want to go forwards. The bloatfly is now active. However, it didn't activate its fight. It can fight us because it's 1 away. We are also going to activate raiders. The raider will come 1 closer. That is I think the easiest way for it to get to us. And then this will flip over. It won't do much else, but it will flip over. So that is our turn there. We're going to have a lot of problems here. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to kill this mole rat. We can't do anything else until we kill it. So let's go ahead and kill it. We have to get 1 torso hit. We got the torso hit. We will get a reroll out of this, because we got 3 pips otherwise. And it's not doing a whole lot of damage, so it's not the worst thing in the world. There we go. So now we've got 1 pip overall. The hazmat suit protects against it. We did 1 hit worth of damage, so it's dead. We'll get 1 more XP out of that. And that means we have leveled up. We get to draw 2 items. Ideally, what you want is to get an I and then another I pretty quick. Now, we've got an L and an S. We can either grab the L to add it to us, give ourselves another factor that we can be able to re-roll on, or we can take the S's. All right, so the 2 S benefits are Armorer. We can discard at any settlement to gain an apparel item, or Pain Train, discard to gain 1 movement point until the end of your turn. Each time you move into a space that has an enemy whose level is equal to or lower than your armor, kill that enemy. So if you have a 3 armor, you can just Pain Train your way through everyone. That's a very specific skill. It would be very nice to have, but I don't think it's really necessary right now. We're going to take the Luck attribute, mostly so we can continue to level up. And the mole rat is defeated. It's going to get knocked over to the side here. We're going to go ahead and take a new bug and put it on the nearby unoccupied space. That is our first action. Our second action will be to track down and assist this super mutant. So we're going to quest at Vault 84. We move this up by 1. We will now get 3 XP as a result. Hoorah! 1, 2, 3. Had we kept the other one, had we kept the S instead of the L, we'd actually be ready to go up 1 more level. But I'm going to go ahead and I'd rather get as many letters here as possible. Stage 50 and 117. So I did not grab enough to grab 117. Spoilers. All right. What the Fox? The rumored super mutant can talk. His name is Fox, and you find him fruitlessly searching around Vault 84 on some personal mission. He'll give you information on the Brotherhood and Enclave if you help him locate the next vault on his list. All right, so if you find Vault 109, you have to not only quest at that space, but you have to get a 5 re-rolling P, I, and L. And we only have 1 of those numbers, which is a little frustrating. Or we find the super mutant camp, and we basically then get to do the same thing, SEC, and that will advance the shield. Neither of those are really that good. But we have got 50 and 117. We're then going to trash this. We've already got our XP from it. I don't think I need to keep this at this point. The other thing that we get is a Dr. Deal has surfaced in one of the local settlements. No one knows exactly where she came from, but she is paying good caps for a sample of a chemical called FUV, and then that will start a new quest overall. So, Fox is the main objective here. Now we've done our 2 actions. We can't do anything else, so we're going to go ahead and draw activate. The shield activates, so that will come one forward. This bug will activate. This blowfly will hit us from a distance. It's ranged, which is a little frustrating. That means it will add 1 pip automatically. And we don't hit it, so we will re-roll this again. We'll re-roll all 3. So this time we definitely hit it, but we are going to take 3 pips of damage total. However, it is a level 1 creature, so we only drop down to 10. We kill this, and there's only 1 bug left. And after this, we'll shuffle that up. All right, so now that goes away, and now we got to find 109. So now this is going to be difficult because we have to either go towards the Yao guy, which is not going to be easy to fight, or we have to work our way back this way. I kind of feel like our best bet is to get back to Megaton and do another. We should have added 1 more here. Kate's here. For Kate, we have to be vilified, I think. We cannot take Kate unless we're vilified. We could go to Megaton. We don't really have a whole lot else going on. If we kill any enemy with... might be the best thing to try. Oh, we got an XP out of that, so let's go ahead and kill that. Let's go kill that bounty hunter. It's kind of not in the right direction, but we have to kill an enemy with a loot icon if we want to advance the I've got a fever thing. Yeah, let's do that. 1, 2, and then we'll fight. We have to get 2 here. Now, because we're not a space away, we don't have to worry about the added pip from the ranged weapon, which is a plus. However, it does get 2 pips on us. We get 1 legs, and we still need 1 more point, so we'll re-roll these 2. We have 1 more re-roll that we can take because we're well rested, and 1 more from exhausting the tire item. Alright, so I hit the legs, which is good. I am going to take... looks like I'm going to take 1 damage, 1 pip worth of damage, so that'll be 2 more points. However, I go up by 2, so I'll go to the S here and get to draw 2 more letters. P and S. So we don't have the P yet, so we'll go ahead and take the P, which we are going to need if we want to do a good job at the continuing quest here. We got our loot, we got our XP. I think that's it. Now, because of that, we also have to, first of all, let's replace the raider. That'll be face down. And we have killed an enemy with a loot icon, so we are going to gain an agenda. And we will stage 118 and then trash that card. Basically, we're moving this along. Trash that. This won't hurt much. Dr. Deal's eyes twinkle with glee as she receives the chemical. Now she needs test subjects. Also we're going to be able to advance the Vault Rumor one. I need to make sure I do that first. Now she needs test subjects. Whoever can provide the fastest, she'd rather not know the details. How bad it could be, test the serum on yourself. You could sneak it into the drinking water of the local populace. It'll probably turn out to be harmless, right? And then there's a whole bunch of stuff that can happen from that. We could actually become a super mutant as a result. Now, Vault Rumors, we have killed one of these dudes. So we will go ahead and stage 68 instead and trash this one. Signs of Life. The Raider had one of the Vault Dwellers' wrist-mounted computers on them. With this, you should be able to contact the people on the inside of the vault or interact with its computer. There are some supposed exiles from the vault around town. One of them might be able to show you how to use a Pip-Boy, or you can go to 84 with any companion and do a quest action. So neither of those are really going to work that well. But however, for now we are going to draw an agenda. And this time any super mutants on the board will advance. And fortunately there's none. So nobody's going to advance this round. Hoorah. All right, so we are sort of in a weird situation now. We have to get to a settlement. I think we have to get to a settlement and then go from there. So we're going to do that. That's going to be our entire move. It took us 4 moves to get there. And we're going to activate Raiders and Deathclaws. The Deathclaw is on us. So the Deathclaw will be here, and that will attack us. This Deathclaw will move 1 forward. The Raiders, this Raider will come 1 forwards as well. We'll be in a position to attack, and this Raider will just simply turn over. Now, the Deathclaw that's in our space will attack us because it has the Lightning Bolt action. So we are in a battle with a Yao guy. We'll have 2 movements available. This could be bad. This could be very bad. We have to get 3 torsos total because there is an armor on this. So it has 1 armor, much like we do. So we got 2. We are going to re-roll 1 more time because we're the S factor. So that's our first re-roll. We did it. We got it. We got 3 torsos. That's awesome. Holy cow. So we got 3 torsos. That is enough to kill it. We took 1 pip of damage. Our armor is protecting us from that. So we take no damage from the Yao guy. We fought a bear and we won. We're going to take 2 XP from that. So that's going to go up to E. And then we're going to put this away, and we're going to put another Deathclaw down here. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so that was pretty much it. The Raider Scum will attack on the next round if it gets activated because it is 1 space away. But for now, we can actually we can do 2 things. We can do a quest action here at a settlement. We can try to get Signs of Life going. We have to get an I and L. We could also just get moving. We could move here and counter one of these and then flip and then move 1 more time. Kind of inclined to do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's move once, explore. Okay, we found the super mutant camp. Just great. We don't really want that. We are also protected as far as XP goes, so we can move 1 more space into one of the radiated areas, and we will be a little further away from some of these other folks. But I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to stay where I am, I think. We're going to get a mutant here. A super mutant skirmisher. Yeah, it's got a ranged feature to it. We're going to stay here. We're going to chill here, I think. So we have to shuffle the agendas. When you shuffle the agendas, that is the sort of like the clock of the game. So obviously the more agendas that you take, the less, the more trouble you run into. The quicker the game goes. I mean, I'm sorry, that's what I'm trying to say. I feel like I should move 1 spot back. If it's a raider, it's going to be a problem. All right, so agenda. The shield goes. Now the shield will fight automatically, and it's not good because it's actually technically a ranged creature, so it will attack us from a distance. However, it is a level 1 creature, so it's not too bad. So we're going to do the shield first. It's got a Y of 1, so it's got a level of 1. It's ranged. It will do 1 damage to us automatically. We're definitely going to re-roll all of this because the 2 dice that didn't hit me didn't hit it either. So that's going to hit 1. It's got a bit of armor. Oh, that's really not good either. So it doesn't really hit on this one. It doesn't hit on this one and gives me a pip of damage. And it does hit on that one, but it does 2 pips of damage. So we're actually going to exhaust our well rested. And re-roll again. This time we do 3 pips. Or 0 pips, and it's all torsos. So my inclination is that we're going to let this one ride. It's going to do 1 damage. It's going to do 1 pip of damage, which is protected by the hazmat suit, because the range automatically adds a pip of damage. But other than that, I mean, it's a wash. Basically, there's no outcome of that. So that's the shield. The bugs will also go. So this flips over like that, and this moves 1 closer. Then the robots go, but there's no robots on the board, so that's good. So that's that. So we are going to flip this over, and I think when we flip this over, we can put the creatures anywhere we want. Ooh, we found 109. Excellent. So we'll put this dude here, I guess. I don't think it's going to make a difference. It's honestly not a good situation. And then we need 1 more Deathclaw here. So all our Deathclaws are currently out or killed. And then we're going to move 2 spaces. We don't have to worry about the radiation from there. Oh, we flip that one over. We got a glowing one. Yay. Fortunately, we won't get hit with the radiation damage. However, we are 1 step away from Vault 109. However, that is the end of our turn. We explored. We moved. We get to move 2 spaces. And now we flip again. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. The Deathclaw... Both the Deathclaw and the Enclave would have attacked us had we when we moved through. So we are going to have to deal with both of those as far as attacks go, which is not good because I'm definitely getting low on damage, and the Deathclaw is the bigger concern. But we're going to fight the Enclave soldier first and hope for the best. So this time around, we're going to take... We've got 4 pips total. We do have enough to kill the Enclave soldier. I'm taking the 3 damage. It's probably not a good idea. It means I'm going to have to make sure that I don't get any damage I get from this Deathclaw. But the shield is eliminated. I'll get 1 XP out of that. Won't get any loot, unfortunately. The Deathclaw now attacks. This Deathclaw is going to be rough. You have to hit the arms on it. Yeah, I might die here. Not the worst thing in the world. We're going to take 1 pip of damage from the looks of it. We hit the arms once, and that's it. Now, my inclination is to let this one slide. It's going to end up doing 2 damage to us, or 3 damage to us. It puts us at 2. We're not looking good here. And the Deathclaw stays there. We're going to go 1 forward. And I think that's the end of our turn, because we explored, then moved twice. So yeah, that's the end of our turn. We're really not looking good here. We're going to have to try to camp unless we get attacked by everything. Yeah, we're going to get attacked by everything. So the Raiders all move. The Raiders are going to move 1 here, 1 here. I think that's it. Now this Deathclaw will turn over. This Deathclaw and this Deathclaw will both move into the same space as us. So this is pretty much going to be the end of the game, I think. Because there's no way that we can deal with all of these Deathclaws at once. We'll do the glowing one first, because that's probably the easier one to get. We need heads. We'll get 1 free reroll anyway. But we'll take both of those. If we can avoid pips, that would be great. Alright, so we got 1 pip there. We take our 1 reroll, we'll leave it at that. We don't have to worry about that. Beyond that, now the Deathclaw will try to attack us. The Deathclaw, we get missed on that, and so we'll reroll this. And we got 1 pip from that. We'll keep it at that. We will keep it at 1 pip because our hazmat suit is protecting us from the 1 pip. We see the Deathclaw and run like crazy. We're going to run here, 1 movement point, and we're going to Vault 109. We're going to encounter this. We'll have 2 rerolls, but we have to get 5 out of this. So we got 1 and 2. We'll keep those, and we'll reroll this again. That's a 1. That's not quite enough. That's definitely not enough. So we fail on that. There's not much else we can do. We could try moving one more. However, if we move back into this space, pretty much the Deathclaws are immediately going to jump all over us, and we're going to be in that same situation again. So we're going to chill here for a moment. The super mutants all go, and that's just the one super mutant. So now we're going to do this again. We've got 3 so far. We'll go ahead and do a P and I. Because we have P and L, we're going to re-roll twice. That fails. That fails. We're going to try again because we have 2 actions this time around. We got a 2 here. We'll re-roll both of these. Got 1 and 1. We may as well re-roll both of them. 1 and 1. Failed on that one. Okay. So now things attack. It's going to be the bugs. Moving 1 closer. Let's say this one goes this way. The raiders are also going to come 1 closer. And I think that's everything. Really not looking good. All right, so this time around, we're still checking the PIL. We're going to reroll all of these. Get that one. One more reroll. Still just 4. All right, as our second action. We should probably camp, actually. We should probably camp as our second action. We have a bunch of hostiles nearby, but it might have been a good idea to just basically do as much while resting as possible. We're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to get some XP back. In case the... Oh, where is the well-rested one? There we go. And I probably should have done that a couple times, but I don't think you can do it repeatedly. Humans go. This time the Raider Psycho is going to come 1 forward. The Raider Scum is going to attack us from where they are. We have to get 2 hits, and they will get 1 hit on us automatically. We're going to re-roll that one. All right. So 3 torsos, that's enough to kill it. We'll get 1 XP out of that. However, it does do 2 damage total, which kind of negates part of the reason that we did that. That's going to go there. Plus, we have killed one of those, a raider, so we're going to need a new raider to take its place. That is not as close as that, so I think that's where that appears. So now we're going to try to get into Vault 109 yet again. We got Bupkis here. Bupkis. I mean, literally 0. Alright, that's 1. That's not good at all. We're going to camp again. We're going to get 3 XP back. We still have well rested. There's not much else we can do. We advance the agenda again. This time it's going to be all the Deathclaws. There's no shields out. There's nothing... There's no other creatures out. However, this time we are going to have a problem because we have to fight the glowing one and the Deathclaw, and we cannot deal with 109 until we get rid of both of them. So now we're going to have some fun. Let's start with the glowing one. We have to get 3 heads, and that got no heads. That got 1 head. We can use well rested to rest again. However, because we got 1 dot, only 2 dots, and we're protected on 1, we're going to take the damage from the glowing one and move on to the Deathclaw. So now it's the Deathclaw's turn. That's not good. We're going to get 2, 3 pips of damage total, and we have no arms. We have 1 arms, actually. So re-roll that whole thing. We get 1 arms. We'll keep that 1 arms. That was the arms with the pip. And I think we're going to keep the other ones as is. That's going to be 1 pip worth of damage, which means we'll take 1 here. And it's not looking good for us. So that was the agenda. We are going to move like crazy. We're going to move 1. Let's see, how do I want to do this? We're going to move off 1 here. We're going to explore and move again. We're going to get a robot now. A Mr. Gutsy, which can attack us from 1 space away. We will go ahead and draw an agenda. The super mutant goes. The shields do too, but there's no shields out, so that's good. We're going to move, explore. Basically, we're getting the hell away from everyone. And we're on Highway 71. And we're going to advance the agenda. Bugs go. 1 that way, 1 this way. We're going to take a moment to camp. That means we're going to get 3 HP back. We're also going to go ahead and encounter the settlement. Highway 74. There is movement under the structure. You're ready for a fight, but you relax as a figure appears and hails you with a friendly wave. Work with her to search for her loot. Or she's likely has the best loot. Kill her. Or ask the stranger to join you. I'm inclined to, because we have to have a companion if we want to get into 84, right? I'm inclined to go ahead and get the companion. Because I think at this point we're going to, yeah, Curie, we have to be idolized, which we are. Yeah, so we automatically get it. It's the first thing that came up. We have a companion now. We can exhaust this to recover 5 HP, and we get to keep it because we are currently under 10, or we have 10 or fewer HP, so we get to keep it. So that's good. So we just bumped up there. And then we, trash the card, except we do add card number 3 first. Okay, that's going to be going to the settlement one. And then we trash this. Oops. Oopsie. There we go. That was stupid. There we go. All right. So now the agenda goes. Stars and robots. And that's it. So we'll explore here. Basically, we are trying to get as much distance as we can between us and the creatures. We're going to use our 2 movement points to get here. A bug does appear. We have no more bugs left that are not dead. So we have to shuffle these up as best we can. Okay, mole rat, which is pretty easy to deal with. All right, and now we have to do an agenda. So this will move the shield up to the star. We are kind of stymied on the main quest for now. And part of me thinks that we're going to make this a 2-parter. But part of me also thinks that that is a cheat to do this as a 2-parter. This is also a pretty lengthy video as is. And I kind of need to take a break in the next 10 minutes. Check something real quick. Yeah. So I think in about 10 minutes I have to take a break no matter what. So my inclination is to just go ahead and stop and then do the rest of this later. Now, the bugs all go 1, so that is going to go 1. That is going to move 1 towards me. That is going to move 1 towards me. And I think that's it. I think those are all the active bugs. All right, so the first thing I have to do, I can't camp or encounter here, so I do have to kill this mole rat, which is, sorry, mole rat. We're going to go re-roll this one. We've done enough damage. It will kill it. But we're going to take 2 damage from it, apparently. Because I can't seem to win. So that will go away. We'll draw another one in its place. It will go to the nearest one. next to us, which is right there. But now we can at least encounter Ashbury Road, or we can move. Take your pick. I kind of feel like I should move back towards 84. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think it's not going to really make a difference if I go this way or this way. I'm going to go this way because it puts me farther away from everyone. This time it's going to be the raiders and bugs that move. So this will flip over just simply to indicate what's there. This will move one towards me. This will move one towards me. And this will move one towards me. And then I think that's it. I think those are all our creatures. I think at some point we must have lost a raider. Oh, no, this one down here gets flipped over. There we go. All right, so now we can go again. We're going to go 1. Can I go? We're going to go here and kill the psycho. Because I kind of want this out of my way. Actually, we're going to take a break here and pick it up later. All right, I'm back. So we're going to mulligan, I think, this raider. Forget exactly where I was. But he was about to attack. We need 2. There's some weird thumping going on, so that's kind of where my head is right now. That's 1 torso. That's 2 torso. And no pips. All right, so that's going to take care of the raider. The raider is dead. We do get a loot out of it, which is nice. Junk. During this turn, you may discard this discard and another junk card to gain 1 card of your choice from the shops or from the... basically, you get to exchange it. So, yay. This one is not going to attack us because it is not hostile automatically. And I think the last thing I had to do was advance this one forward. I think that covers us. I think this one comes forward. And this one's going to come forward as well. And then we have to draw a raider to replace it, and we'll go over here where the raider is. All right, next up, I think that was all based on the agenda. Sorry if I'm misremembering anything. Next thing that we need to do is go to the vault. So we can go there, and we can take a quest action. We're going to get 4 XP out of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just automatically go to the E, regardless of whatever 2 letters we get. We have a C and an S. We'll go ahead and take the C. And then add 71, trash. It's a little frustrating. I would have thought... Oh, there we go. We have a special deck. So that was, unfortunately, the entire move. We got to move twice, and then we trashed this. And what is that thumping? Because it's difficult terrain, that counts as 1 movement. We'll draw an agenda to see what happens next. The raiders all move, so this will get flipped over. This raider will come 1 closer. And I think that's it for raiders. I think that's all of them. Oh, no, raider scum will come 1 closer. So you can see that the more you explore, the more monsters are out on the board, but fortunately you start to run into a situation where it takes them longer to get to you. While we're here, we'll go ahead and encounter the 84 deck. Oh my freaking lord. Alright. A figure stands with open arms and flanking guards behind the door. Welcome to Vault 84. I'm Overseer Hayes, the leader of this vault. We haven't let in outsiders in over 100 years. I hope you realize how exceptional this is, but after certain recent events, well, let's just say when your stolen Pip-Boy connected, I saw an opportunity. Thank her and ask about the rules for this vault, or walk away. And so what you do is you take 72 through 79, which is a lot of the 84s, I think. They're all going to be marked this way. Yeah, 72 through 79. There we go. Not 70. We are not going to include 70 in that. Now, this is the fun part. We're going to shuffle them. Now we add a number of them equal to the number of survivors and trash the rest. Have fun. Did all that just so we can do one card. However, we do get to do this card because we... Oh no, we cannot encounter a location again on our turn. So we will go ahead and rest. We'll use this time to rest. Get 3 XP. Curie is now rested as well. And we're good. Alright. Now we could trade in the junk. This card and... Oh no, we need 2 junk cards to be able to do that. Never mind. Alright, so now we're going to draw an agenda. Shields, fortunately there's none that do that. And then the super mutants go. We're now going to encounter this other card. If I can flip it. You found a corner and a small kid slams into you at a full sprint, which knocks a book out of her hand. Hey, watch where you're going. You pick the book up and hand it to her. It looks like it was once some kind of manual with 109 in the front, but now is covered with drawings. If this is the last card in the 84 deck, which it is, add 80. So presumably this is some sort of way to make sure that you always have one specific card here. Ask her if you can see the book, or offer to play with her. And you get 2 rerolls based on A. She gives you a defiant look. Okay, but don't ruin any of my pictures. We'll go ahead and do that. We're going to get 4 XP out of this, which means that we will level up again. I was hoping to get I. If you get I and then you get I again, you can level up pretty quickly, but obviously in this case, we did not do that. We got S and L. Now S, as we know before, we can either exchange one of the perk cards to get armor, or we can go with the L's. So the 2 L's are Grim Reaper Sprint or Fortune Finder. Grim Reaper Sprint would be interesting. I think I'm going to go with the this Fortune Finder. We're taking the L, and basically that allows us to get an L perk. We're taking the Fortune Finder, which we will discard immediately, and we'll get 8 caps. So that'll help us out when it comes time to shop. And then this gets trashed. We can't unfortunately experience this location again, so we will camp. And we'll get an additional 3 XP, so that we're a little bit more suited for dealing with all of these hostile creatures. This time it's the Raiders will move 1, and the Deathclaws will all move 1. Yay! This Raider moves here. This Raider moves here because that's actually quicker. Okay, so we'll may as well go ahead and encounter this last one. The time for the vote has come. Everyone in Vault 84 gathers in the main hall and begins casting votes into a large metal box. Many people glare at the outsider's presence. This is not looking good for you. Participate in the vote. The survivor on Vault 84 with the most endorsements draws... Yeah, so we're going to draw 2 agendas, essentially. That's kind of weird. So we got those. And now we're going to go ahead and get rid of this. And we're done with 84. We're going to go ahead and explore this so they can move that Raider all the way back over here. However, we do get another Raider. So probably not the smartest thing in the world to do. And that's going to be it for our turn there. So let's flip that over. Stars will all move 1. There's only 1 of those. And the robots will all move. So this robot will move here. So now we got basically a bunch of stuff that we have to start dealing with. We still have to get down to 109, but we are in a lot better situation than we were before. There's a weird thumping. I don't know why. There's a part of me that wants to head down and try to deal with this Deathclaw here. I think what I'm going to do is go this way, 1, 2. I do not want to do this bottom part of 118. It's just not a good thing. It's actually, I think, gets you vilified. Pretty much this entire quest I'm not going to worry about anymore. We need to get to Vault 109, but we are going to do an encounter at Megaton. All right, as you pass through the crowd, you see a familiar face. She's far older, but there's no mistaking her. She has to be Margaret, the girl from the photograph found in the wasteland. Approach Margaret and tell her about the dead man in the wasteland. I think I added the round card at some point. Or leave her alone and just go shopping. Part of me wants to go shopping because I can get that plasma gun and that would be really nice. Let's go ahead and leave her alone and go shopping for now. Actually, we might as well try. We have to get 3 pips with a C. We got it. We got 4 pips. So we succeed. We get 3 more caps. We are swimming in caps at the moment. We are going to get 3 XP, so that will bring us up 3 more. We're going to add 06 to here. I really do think I added the wrong card at some point. Yeah, because we were supposed to add 03 at some point. So instead of 05, let's do this. Sorry, I know this is kludgy. So we're going to go back down 3 XP. We're going to put these 3 back. All right. 2 other scavengers approach you with a nervous smile. We heard about a good Samaritan around these parts. Offer to help them, idolized. They thank you for the help, but correct you. They do not need help. They are here to pay you back for the kindness you bring, which would be really nice. We're going to get 3 loot and 3 caps. Give directions or laugh as you attack the naive fool. So we'll go ahead and take that. We're going to get 3 loot out of this, which is really nice. Hancock, Preston Garvey, and Junk. And we're going to get some caps out of this. Now, we can't really do anything with the companions because they will do nothing for us while we have another companion. We can't have multiples. However, we may discard these 2 junks to go ahead and get an item from the shop. We'll go ahead and take this plasma gun. We will ignore loot on enemies. We're going to keep that in our junk area. But those get discarded. And I think for this, Hancock is allowed to move enemies into your spot and fight them. And then you can also exhaust Preston Garvey to ignore the effects of difficult terrain until the end of your turn. However, if there's not an 84 or 109 deck, keep this companion when it unexhausts. My inclination is that we're not going to keep either of them. We're going to keep Curie because that's going to be really helpful for dealing with exhaustion. So we didn't really get much out of that. We did get a much better rifle, fortunately, but that does take care of that. And I think that's the end of our turn. Was that? Yeah, I think that was the end of our turn. So we're going to do an agenda, and it's going to be a lot of stuff. So the shields go. There's no shields out. The deathclaws go, and the robots go. So the robot will attack from where it is. The deathclaws will each go here. This deathclaw will go here. This robot will attack from where it is. Okay. So the robot attacks. It's got a 2. We can now re-roll 2 times. We need 2 arms. We have 2 arms. But we have a whole bunch of pips. We have 4 pips total, and we only protect 1. That will mean that we take 6 pips damage. And part of me is thinking of taking that. Just to be done with this. Now we're gonna I think try to re-roll both of these since we have 2 re-rolls available to us. So we got 1 more arms, which is enough. That's only 1 pip, so that will go down 2, and we gain 2 XP. That defeats the Mr. Gutsy. The Mr. Gutsy's dead. We take the other Mr. Gutsy, another robot, and put it over here face down. So that was the agenda. So now the difficult part is that we need to start dealing with all these creatures. We could try to just move through as best we could. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, which would allow us to get around all of them, but I think we're going to have to go through them. So this way, we'll go this way, and the Deathclaw immediately attacks. We get 0 body parts, so we reroll all of them. We need arms on this one, and arms are really difficult to get. We got 1. We get 1 more reroll from our abilities, from our letters. And that gives us 1 there. So we could reroll 1 more time, and it would allow us to get rid of the Deathclaw. We would lose the well-rested trait, and I'm inclined to do it. We got it. However, we are going to take 6 damage as a result. So we're going to be down to 5, which is not great, but it does eliminate this Deathclaw, so we'll go ahead and put that back. We're now going to have to shuffle these up, and then one of these will go into a spot nearby. Face down. However, we do get to continue our movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're in position to query at Vault 109 again and try to do that fun stuff. We're going to shuffle this. This time both of these are going to go up 1 since they are equally tied, which is not good. And we are advancing the Deathclaws, robots, and shields again. So each of these will come one towards us. We can attack ranged now, so that's great. We'll get 1 pip on these folks if we decide to attack them. It might not be a bad idea. And I think that's it. The robot will also activate. I think what we need to do is we need to do an encounter at the location, or the quest action at the location, and try to get that 5. The I is the only letter that we still don't have, so we're still only getting 2 rerolls out of this. So we got 1 double. We did it. We got 5. 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 That's awesome. Okay. So finally, we're going to gain 3 XP. Did I remember to get the... I don't think I took the XP for... 1, 2, 3... for the Deathclaw. So I'm going to give myself 3 more XP now. Draw 2 more letters. I get an S and an I. There we go. There's our I. There's the I that we should have had before. All right. Stage 52 and 94. And then trash this card. We're also going to add 53. So 52 gets staged. The Sleeping Giant. We're going to add this one. And then we're also going to add 94. Or stage 94 because that is a quest. Really? Children of Adam? Okay. Thought that was more of a fog one. Then this gets trashed. I think that's everything. Oh, the star goes up by 1. Okay, so our new items. The Enclave has a big plan for Project Purity, and no one is sure what that is. But they first have to clear out the super mutants that have cropped up. Meanwhile, the Brotherhood hunts for an answer. You can either go to the mall and draw and fight a super mutant, or you can encounter at Roveco Factory until you locate the prototype. Roveco Factory is here, so that will be our next location. Unfortunately, to get through it, we have a Deathclaw and a glowing one to get through. In addition, a missionary stands in the street preaching a new religion called the Children of Adam. Many followers gather at Hoffman Farm, inviting all to embrace Adam's glow. You can go to Hoffman's Farm and do something, and I'm not going to worry about that. So we're actually going to fight. We're going to fight the glowing one because we will get an extra pip out of that, and that is huge. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to exhaust Curie because we're at 5. We'll gain 5. That brings us to 10, and that is not enough to have her leave us, which is a huge plus. So she is still our companion. So we're going to get 3 rerolls out of this. None of these are armed, so we're going to reroll all of them. This is our second reroll. All right, that's our second reroll. This is for the A. Wow. And then finally for the L. Jeesh. Holy cow. We don't have well rested anymore, so we're not going to get anything from that. So that was a bummer. We're taking 2 pips. One is blocked by the hazmat. We're still going to take 3 damage. And now we're going to have the agenda kick into high gear. And that's going to activate the Deathclaws. So the Deathclaws all move 1 forward. This Deathclaw moves into our spot. These 2 move into our spot. Both of them attack us. The Raiders all move 1 towards us. That is there, I think. So that's not good. So we're going to go ahead and attack. We're not going to get the benefit from the ranged weapon this time, which is a bummer. So we're going to get 4 rolls on each of these. Now, this one, I'm inclined to let the Deathclaw take it because we've only got 1 pip showing, and that means that we're not going to get any damage. So let's say that's where the Deathclaw leaves off. This is going to be the glowing one. We need headshots, so we'll keep that headshot. There's our other headshot. We're going to reroll 1 of these so we're not taking 4 damage. And then we get 2 more rerolls on this, or 1 more reroll. All right, well, didn't make a difference. We're still going to take 4 damage. That brings us down to 3. This is going to be rough. We do defeat the glowing one, so we go up 2. At this point, we're only going to get benefits, so that's a plus. We're going to take the remaining Deathclaw. It's going to go into the nearest space, which I think is over here. We're now going to... So now, I think we're going to fight the Deathclaw of the Yao guy from a distance. So we'll get torsos. Now, it's got 1 armor, so we have to get 3 torsos to do this. We can't really do anything else. We can't take any damage. So we have to get less than 1. Yeah, so we'll take these 2, and we're going to get 3 rerolls out of this. We're looking for a torso. One more reroll. Crud. Alright, so that's going to be 2 damage. Probably should have just moved, because the move would have been a fight anyway, so we'll go ahead and treat it like that. And then move here. We'll move... And now we can fight it again. No, we're going to camp. We're going to camp so that we can get this back up to 4. That will unexhaust Curie. We'll immediately exhaust her again to get up to 9. All right. And that's where we stand. All right, so that is going to be our move, and now we get to... It's the bugs that all go. This will come here. This will come here. I think that's it. I think we should have more bugs on here. Got 3 so far. We're going to move here for 1. We're going to encounter at Roboco. So this is a location. A valuable asset hangs from the ceiling of a large room. Debris and green lights surround it. You're pretty sure this is some sort of trap. Flip this card over. You could sneak up and get it. It will be a stim pack, which is actually really helpful for it. Or we could take 3 loots. Let's take 3 loot. Oh, and this should have been refilled a while ago. Sorry. Okay. So the loots that we get are Piper, Cosworth, and Grognak. Thanks for all the companions. We're going to discard this card, which is unfortunate. None of these are worth a thing. Put that in our junk. None of these are worth a thing. We're not going to discard Curie. So that was pointless. We then shuffle this back in, I think. Or maybe discard it. I don't know. Let's discard it. Let's just keep it in as a discard. All right. And we can move, but there's no point. So we're going to stay where we are. This time it's the shields and the super mutants. So the super mutant moves 1. There's no shields on the board. We're now going to encounter again a Robococor. You hear nothing but your own footsteps as you walk through the ruins. It's calm and quiet. Idolized, which we are. Jackpot, this place is really filled with stuff. Maybe good deeds really do come around. You will get 4 loot and 4 caps. So we'll take one of these blue ones here. Exchange one of those. We are swimming in caps. And we'll get 4 loot. Hopefully it won't be 4 companions. Tesla Science. So unfortunately these magazines only are only useful if you don't have the thing. Otherwise we're just going to get rid of them. Psycho, Live and Love, and a Fistful of Caps. We'll discard this immediately. So we get 3 more caps. And I think we're going to have to get rid of these 2. I don't think we can keep those, but we can keep the Psycho. All right. And then, fortunately, this actually is just simply not, we don't worry about that. We're going to camp. That means she's unexhausted, and we're going to go up to 12. We could fight, actually. Before we go up, then, let's go ahead and shoot that Protractron from a distance. We're going to get 1 pip automatically. Now, it is protected. It does have armor. We're going to definitely reroll that. We have to get arm shots, so anything that's not an arm shot, we might as well reroll. So that's the I. A. L. All right, well, we didn't do it. We are protected on the 1 shot that we didn't get. Oh, well, let's see. Robots go. So that robot will now move in with us. The star goes. So the star's 1 closer. We have to fight the robot now. We are not going to get the benefits. So we have to get 3 arms on this, which is ridiculously next to impossible. We're now going to re-roll again for the eye. So we're going to get that, and that is going to do a lot of damage if we keep those. But I kind of have to. Let's bring us down to 5. That's the A. That's not good. That's going to bring us all the way down to 5. 4, 3, so 6. No, that's going to bring us all the way down to 3. That's frustrating. Let's just go ahead and go for it. I don't think we're going to win this game, and I'm kind of exhausted at this point. So all 3 of those miss. So we get 1 arm. Mostly because to do the arm damage, you have to take at least 1 pip of damage. So there's no way to get around this. You'd have to take 4 pips of damage total, 4 damage total, to beat the Protractron. And without that Protractron moving, you're going to be stuck there. So at this point, the game is over. I've lost. Sadly, we never got to discover the thing. But that's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around the whole thing. If you did, do all the YouTube things, and we'll be done with this. We're done with this game. We won't see it anymore. And I'll see you tomorrow.